are listening to SportsOvertime.com. Your blood, our sweat, your tears. No, that's not it. You are listening to SportsOvertime.com, where the clock doesn't matter.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual hosts, their guests, and callers do not necessarily reflect those of SportsOvertime.com, the Miami Media School, or its affiliates and sponsors.
You're listening to Off the Deep End, where we discuss conspiracies, the people who love them, aliens, and a little spirituality. I'm your host, Emmy, and welcome to our show.
Welcome back to Off the Deep End. We're here once again with Ivan Teller, Master E.T. Channeler Extraordinaire. We are happy to have him here. Ivan, welcome.
Hello there.
How are you doing this evening?
Doing good. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you. So what's new, Ivan?
Oh, not a whole lot. Well, let's see. I went to Disney again. I did another walking channeling that hasn't been uploaded yet. Kind of taking a break on that. Connect with nature more. I did a channeling at the Ringling Museum here in Sarasota for like a couple minutes. That was the Hathors.
Right.
So
how did that go?
I wasn't sure if anything was going to come through. I felt the Hathor energies. They're connected to ancient Egypt. I don't really know a whole lot about them. They do have a lot to do with detoning.
Yeah.
As for healing, and they use sound technologies to move objects around during Egyptian times, and they still obviously do that now. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. I don't connect to them very often.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes. Yeah, it's connected with the Nordics. Do more meditations, connecting more of the 4D energies, the higher energies. So I can go into a little bit of that, of doing more meditations. This is on my YouTube channel, but doing more in the daytime when you're at work.
Yeah.
It's like you just focus. You can't close your eyes, but you just allow like God to come through, or your guides to come through, and it's like you feel their message to you. They take you somewhere. As long as you don't have a whole lot going around you, you can do that at work or wherever. It's like an awakening, a meditation, but awake.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I've been doing a lot of that because after channeling and all that, I don't feel like meditate, but I'm getting more into the meditative state, so that's helping a lot. So.
When you're in the meditative state, where does it take you? What have you seen recently?
Well, it took me to Mars. More of the Mars information be coming through, and more our planets around us. It seems like from the message I received is that the planets in our solar system their lifespan sort of came to an end as our world was coming about.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah. Like Venus, I do think it is being terraformed for some of us to go there eventually. I do feel that because it's very similar to our world in many ways. Also connected to the deer people, or the deer collective, I should say. Well, people. And what they said is that the animals, like our animal kingdom here, do not have the human experiences like we do. They have more. They're very spiritual. They're usually in the higher densities when they're created, and they don't experience what we experience. So being a part of this is very, very important to them. I do feel like they are the elders to us. Yeah. As for the humans are still new. You can compare to the other animals, and the animals are very spiritual teachers, and of course, we're not ready to fully connect with them as now, but I think we will. And I also received a message. This is recent. This is news I haven't made public yet.
Oh.
I feel like in 30 years you'll feel something, a heavier extraterrestrial presence here. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that's a lot sooner than predicted. So
400
that's
years.
awesome. Yeah, exactly. Like never.
Never.
It's not happening anytime soon.
Five
You guys
lifetimes an hour, just
you
wasting our
guys
time
just
talking.
suck. Exactly. With our tinfoil hats on.
Well, yeah. Well, more of those tinfoil hats are going to be increasing in numbers,
That's awesome.
and I do feel, yeah, this is just the beginning. So, I do feel a shift coming, definitely for more awakenings. Also,
Yeah.
I do. Well, I'll say, but I'm going to repeat a lot of this on my YouTube channel eventually.
Okay.
But like Disney being that's right. You can find me. Go to Ivan Teller. Go to YouTube and just search for Ivan Teller, and you'll find all the channelings from from
Forever.
from the insane of whatever you want to call it.
Or the same.
Yeah, or the sane.
Depending on who you are.
Insane. Yeah, and it's that the deer, the animals don't really have our animal kingdom. Yeah, they don't experience what we experience. So we're definitely helping them shift also to. I think they do have what we have on their worlds now.
Oh, yeah.
Go into that a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting.
But as for the 30-year thing, that's what I kind of jumped around a little bit. Yeah, a 30-year thing just came through recently. This was like last night type of stuff.
Right.
And I do see, that's right, this is where I got sidetracked. I do see channelers at, like I'm going to Disney doing the walking videos. I do see channelers there eventually. Maybe another generation, but eventually.
Yeah,
I
the
see
younger
kids
millennials. Yeah, I can totally say that because I see a lot of kids these days. They just seem like a lot higher vibrational. Like, not saying that kids were never higher vibrational. I think they're closer to God because they're less, conditioned. But the new ones just seem a lot more, awakened about what's going on. A lot smarter.
It also feels like a lot of the older souls have not reincarnated, allow the younger ones to come in, the ones that are more connected to the alien energies. So they're a little bit more male, feminine energies here. More of a balance of that than usually it's just a male and female. You have a little bit of balance, but usually it's a little more female, But now it seems to be more of a diverse male energy here that's a little bit more
Male heavy.
Yeah, common, yeah. Yeah, so.
I'm hearing that there was like channeler I was watching today. I think she channels everything, but her thing is Gaia, and she was explaining to me, I guess, the different levels of Gaia. So Gaia is like fairly new term that came from Terra, which was her like original name or whatever. She's a little elevated now, and her like higher self is Shataya or something. And then there's a twin flame aspect called Gondolos Gondanam or something. And so she was talking about a shift from, which a lot of us know that, but from masculine to feminine energies. But then she also, and that's supposed to be happening gradually from around this fall forward. And then, but she also mentioned something about how there was a contract for men to be born with a lot less spiritual energy, and I guess the only reason why they would be less spiritual because women have more of an emotional body than than men do, and supposedly that's kind of going to balance out with the men.
That I think we're experiencing that now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll increase.
Cool.
Yeah, I do see that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. Basically, it's a better way of wording it.
Oh.
But yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. What I'm saying. Yeah, there's more feminine energies coming in, basically.
And another thing she mentioned was like, the whole just the mask awakening, kind of like whether we like it or not. A lot of us have been tracking that anyways, but I guess it's kind of like to make the people who are scientists, atheists, or whatever, those who just don't believe, for example, with spirituality, God, etc., because it's not tangible, you know. Do you see, like she did, kind of like apparently there's going to be like a flash or something where it's just going to be known, it's going to be on all of our medias, to where it's like undeniable, you know, that hey, this is for real.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple events maybe in our lifetimes, possibly.
Yeah.
And we're not just doing this for nothing. I mean, there's...
Yeah, exactly.
You know, obviously most of the world is not ready for a lot of this, but I mean, it's half and half. It's some are very, very negative and a low vibration. I think those that don't pay attention to the news are the best. They're the ones that are more open to the alien stuff.
Yeah.
They just haven't found it yet. I think the lesson more, I mean, you know, there's some that go on the beach and, you know, they're on YouTube. You know, they ask people questions about politics and people have no idea who the vice president is or president for that matter. Maybe that's just as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not like it matters anyway. I mean, it's just...
Or where Iraq is on the map.
A lot of it's sort of our vibration. A lot of the politics right now is to, you know, it's to keep us divided.
Yeah.
You know, to make us feel like we think we have change here, you know, we have choice. When it does look like, I mean, from what I feel like, I think Trump is going to win. I mean, this is before this whole thing about Hillary being super sick.
Yeah, and if she is, it's like, kind of like, oh yeah, that's great, she's sick, but big freaking deal. John McCain was almost like dead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like...
Yeah, I see it the same. I see it, this is the same thing. It's just, not to say Trump is perfect at all, and he's got issues also, but it just seems like he's going to be the one to get it. Yeah. Of course, it's going to cause a lot of conflict, but you know. Because
there's a lot of you can tell when there's a lot of focus from the media, it's like to you know, kind of focus on the candidate from the media. It's about that. It's kind of like dissuading you to not vote for Hillary because, you know, she's going to die anyway.
Well,
as opposed to, you know.
There's a video out there about a newscaster. They said that Hillary died or something like that. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. No, but, you know, I've heard that she's cloned and things like that.
Yeah, the clones. I can't tell between what clone is what clone. I do believe she does. Both of them have clones.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, they're saying that Trump's not part of the establishment. It's like, he's part of some kind of establishment. So he wouldn't have gotten this far if he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. So, he had to be, like... in the know to a degree, but you know what, if Donald Trump wins, I mean, like, I don't like either of them. They all historically not that great considering you know what I've learned, but if he wins, it's not going to be a big deal to me, you know, because Hillary to me is just like business as usual and just kind of going to sink the already sinking ship even more, you know.
Yep. So it's like the agenda is already set. So whoever's going to be in there is going to have to do what they, you know, the controllers say. So they can stay where they want on the campaign trail.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Either way,
I do like Donald Trump's new advertisements, though. I will admit that. Bringing jobs back to the country and not overseas, and controlling the corporations more, and, you know, making sure veterans are first. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I hope he does that. If he does win. How about demonetizing the prisons?
Yeah, right.
Our inadvertent slave labor.
Yeah.
So, just oops. Yeah.
But there's another subject that came through. As for the tall blonde Nordics, these are Pleiadians. These are, you can say master manipulators. I'll go into this a little bit, then we can channel somebody if you like.
Oh, yeah. If you can you please, before you start discussing about the Nordics, okay, so there's Nordics and the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians look a lot like Nordics, so what's the difference?
Well, these are, I know there's your Pleiadian, like blue Pleiadian, and there are the Nordic Pleiadians that are, they are part of the same, I wouldn't say exactly the same agenda, but the tall blondes, they're taller, they're
Blonder.
they all look the same. And your Nordics, I mean your Pleiadians are different types of races. They're not just the whites.
Yeah.
They're different types of Chinese and black and everything.
Oh, okay.
And your Nordics are mostly your Nordic-looking people. Blonde, they're tall, as they call the tall blonde Nordics. These Nordics are a little bit different. They are part of the, as we can say, the Earth Project, the World Projects. They're workers. They do a lot of the hard work. They go to planets and they are part of the assembly of the worlds. And I had to say the other Pleiadians are not.
Yeah.
But these are like from what I got, tall blondes are very hard working. They're constantly, like I see on their world and even on their ships, visions like holograms of our world. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
they know
that's
what's
awesome.
going on. It's like they're taught in schools, and of course that's with every world. But the tall blondes have a totally different philosophy. They're around the grays a lot. They seem to get along pretty well. They have the same kind of agendas, positive, but there are negative Nordics.
Yeah.
And the negative ones are part of, what happened during World War II with the Aryan race. And
that one would be an obvious one, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And these are the tall blondes involved with that. It's not just the Pleiadians. Yeah, it does get kind of confusing. It's like, I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not all called Pleiadians. They have all these different names. It's like, they're going to really go crazy.
Oh, give me a few.
I don't go into all that. I
Like
don't go into
the
all that. Just call
insect
it,
and
you guys
animal
want to be a
kingdom.
Pleiadian? We'll just call you the Pleiadians. How about that?
Yeah.
You want to call yourselves the Toothpick family, whatever, that's fine too. But we just keep it. I just try to keep it as. But the Nordics, they're part of. They're master manipulators, just like the reptilians. They have a different way. They go by looks.
Yeah.
They go by the skinny model.
Yeah.
Like, you see in Vogue magazine, the skinny model, the blonde. It doesn't necessarily have to be blonde, but skinny.
Yeah.
You got your Barbie and Ken, that's all Nordic related. Even Jesus looks Nordic, which he was never Nordic to be even Jewish. Never really thought about that.
And he looks Jewish too, right? I understand he's a handsome Jewish looking guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't even think about that whole portion of it. But yeah, it's just the Nordics they're making things more complicated for us. I do feel them around like certain cities, or they're everywhere, but around where I am in Tampa, I feel their energies. I was going to do a video on it in the future.
Oh yeah, I want to talk to you about that later.
Yeah, because I had a visualization. There was like a war going on, and I even picked up negative energy around Tampa that needed to be released.
Is it near MacDill? Air Force Base.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
A lot of stuff going on there.
That's reptilian territory. That's for sure. That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff going on there.
Oh yeah, our military is that's all Nordic and gray. Definitely reptilian. All military is reptilian. Look at their clothes. Look at their.
Yeah, it's green.
So it's all reptilian. It's like, I know most people are just gonna roll their eyes. It was like, come on, people. Like, there's a galactic presence here. Technology was brought to us, of course, through infusions, through so we can understand it, but it's all ET technology.
ET derived.
So we're just growing up. I mean, look at this broadcast now. I mean, this is all alien technology. This is part of the ascension to help us connect.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk to anybody around the world. Anybody can. Where was this? Even 10 years ago? It wasn't, well, I guess 10 years ago was okay, but now it's a lot better, that's for sure. So So
I
funny.
mean, I don't know how old you are, but I just turned 39, and I remember that I got my first computer. First computer I cared to get was in 2001,
Yeah.
or was it 2002?
Yeah, I'm 37. I got mine. I had mine in high school, but I didn't do anything with it. But
Yeah,
I
they didn't
remember
work
the
really
dial-up,
well
like,
back then.
I grew up with the dial-up, and
Uh-huh.
VHS tapes that no longer exist.
I didn't have my first cell phone, or actually actively use it until 2002 or 3 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think I got one in 1998 because I needed one. But yeah.
But when that
it's-
Wi-Fi card came out, the one that you could just put it into your laptop, I was all
Yeah.
over that. I suddenly became a, whatever systems or network administrator or whatever they're called.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to get this. I don't like to sit in one place. I like to relax and veg out on my internet. Thank you.
Yeah, go to Starbucks, sit there for 5 hours.
5 hours and pay for it. Well, then. I don't think so.
$2 increments an hour, maybe.
That is so
Maybe.
crazy. Remember internet cafes?
Yeah, they came and went.
Yeah.
I guess Starbucks is the internet cafe right now.
They have some, a lot
Yeah.
of those in Miami, but it's because we have tourists and stuff and they need things to do.
They have them here and there, but it's
Very
here.
low numbers.
Yeah, it's not very common, really.
Yeah.
So, one thing about the Nordics, yeah, they're trying to keep our vibration down. We're going to a higher, from what I feel, going to a higher version of 4D. Technically, we're in 4D, and that might be a little bit hard for some to realize that, but
Yeah.
we're in fourth density,
Yes.
and we're going into a higher version of that where we become more spiritual, our energy speeds up also, where we can connect to spirit easier also. Of course, that's going to take some time for us to do that worldwide.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm looking
So-
because everybody's got to catch up.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have all these distractions. That's the other
Yeah.
thing about meditation. It's like even on television, radio, I've kind of disconnected from all of that. And it's okay to connect with that, but, I've disconnected from quite a bit. I mean, when you go into meditation, that is the real world, and this one just has distractions to keep you from yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
You put
exactly.
yourself into these entertainment vehicles, sports, whatever it might be. I mean, that's fine, but don't forget about you. And most of us don't know who we are yet. Of course, it takes time to get there.
Lost.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole idea. It's part of you
Find
come here with
ourselves.
many lessons, but it's up to you to go through those lessons, or you don't feel like you need to learn them because
You're on
Of-
autopilot.
a lot of them has to do with like relationships. And if a lot of people that are single have learned, not all, but many have learned self-love where they don't need anybody. And they wish to
Yeah.
experience it just on their own.
Yeah.
So,
And that's beautiful too when you you learn self-love and you learn that you are the most important person in the world.
exactly.
For you.
And it's difficult, especially when you have a culture that tells you have to be in a
Love with
relationship,
somebody
doing
else.
this and that.
Just feeds that. They feed that too
Yes.
because it's just like, oh, here's this dating site, here's that dating site,
Yep.
call this party line and, go to happy hour and, meet some
Yeah.
girls or whatever, you're
Whatever it is, yeah.
constantly looking for love when it's already with you.
Yeah, everything is here is to keep you confused from who you are.
And you just kind of have to muddle through.
Yeah, it's
the,
difficult. And then the stuff that we
yes.
connect to, everybody calls us crazy, but it's like, that's fine. That's, believe whatever you want to believe, that's fine. So,
Yeah.
it's just the way it is.
Oh, speaking of which, I've not asked you what kind of feed. I mean, sometimes I see some, but I don't really pay attention too much to the comments you get on your YouTube channels. But what are some of the comments you get on your YouTube channel, for example?
like kind of, I don't pay attention to those either. Slightly, I do.
Yeah, every now and then you're like, oh, okay.
Some are supportive, some aren't. Most are supportive and some aren't, which is fine. There is some trolling here and there, but that's fine. It's part of their direction in life. Nothing wrong with that.
It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting direction. I think I saw a video, just one video of a particular YouTuber who was just kind of, I guess, in fun picking you apart. And I guess he does that with other people. And I think you mentioned he's trying to be funny, but he's not that funny. I don't think he's that funny either.
He has his moments.
I guess he has his moments, but it's just like, I think that he's trying to, I don't know, convince himself to not buy into it because he's being pulled that way, kind of. Well, it's like his way of kind of like balancing himself out, kind of.
Well, when I look at it
towards the not positive.
Of course, I respect him for whatever viewpoints he got.
Yeah.
That's all good because, you know, those that connect to other people that he's shaming, you can say.
Yeah.
Well, people will find that, then they'll find me. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
it'll make them wonder more.
You know, I'm all for it. It's like, I'm not going to do any. You know, I'm going to let him do whatever he's going to do. But yeah, I do feel like, I think he mentioned it. Yes, it's a reptilian energies around him, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
Not very low vibration.
Oh.
And I'll just leave it at that. Yes. It's you know, you ever heard of Peggy Kane?
I think so. That sounds familiar.
She does a reverse speech. And, you know, she'll just record speeches around the presidents. And she would hear, like, a reptilian say something.
Oh.
You know, reverse it. She would hear, like, what is this? And then she'd keep doing I forgot exactly how the whole detail went.
Yeah.
But this guy sounds very much like those reptilians that are not very friendly. I mean, they can be pretty cruel.
Yeah.
The things that they say.
So is she, like, kind of, like, recording kind of like a... I don't know what to call. He's like an oversoul or just somebody just hanging out and influencing him, kind of, you know?
No, I think that's...
Subliminals. Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, it could be. That's his thought. Yeah, hey, that's his mission in life. That's fine. That's okay. There's more to come. That's just a splash in the water.
Yeah, yeah.
There's bigger fish coming.
To fry.
Together.
Bigger fish to fry. That's cool.
This is, I mean, it's good. I mean, in morning a watch for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's like you said, you know, it's like he's just helping you out, really. You know?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, people can believe whatever they want. Of course, most are going to come to the channel. It's like, I don't think so. You can find him or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all good. You know, I call this. I was going to do a video tonight about like I'm the extraterrestrial channeler on crack. You know, this is not your normal channeling channel. I mean, you're not going to get this anywhere else.
Yeah.
I try to upload every day. Been so far successful with that, and I just feel like doing it. It's like, yeah, let's do it. You know, whatever it might be. I have a Disney one I haven't uploaded yet. Or that was there. Jeez, I don't want to go into that. It's on YouTube if anyone's wondering. That was weird.
Who were they?
Who was it?
I'm sorry, I forget who you mentioned that you channeled.
For Disney? Yeah, it was is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was it was Yeshua and the Prime Critter. I haven't uploaded it yet.
Oh, cool. That should get a lot of views.
That's why I had the Suntan Lotion attack, you can say.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's right.
My eyes are like blood. You can't see because my sunglasses are on, but my eyes are bloodshot red. It's like I could not see. And I was channeling God.
Well, what kind of attack did you say you had, or was it just you got sunburned, or?
Oh, what? Oh, I just put it on. I just put extra sunblock on because I'm gonna go out and channel. And all of a sudden, I'm sweating like crazy.
Yeah, that happens because a lot of the
and
chemicals
it got in my
are not
eyes.
so good.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's happened to me before, where I was wearing sunscreen and it just like melted off into my eyes and just started stinging my eyes pretty bad.
Yeah. So when I channeled Alien, or not channeled Alien, I mean, my guides wanted me to be there. It's like, I don't know. I thought they were gonna have some grand message, and it was a good message.
Yeah.
From what little I remember of it. But it was nice going to Orlando. I wish it was a little bit better conditions, but it was definitely an interesting experience. To give it that. I wasn't there very long. I went there. I think I was going to be there for half an hour at least. The channel and then go to MGM. That didn't happen. So I had to go wash my eyes out, and that was the end of the day. That was it for the day.
Yeah.
So
tough date.
Yeah, really. I mean, my guides are really persistent on getting me over to.
They just like Disney.
Yeah, they wanted me to get me out of my environment where I live. Where I live is kind of, it has its conflicts here and there.
So when are you gonna take your day trip down here?
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I know it's a whole extra hour. What is it from
It's
you
like
to
3.5 hours there, I think.
How long was it to Orlando from Tampa?
It's about an hour and a half, depending how fast I go, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Oh yeah, it does take a while. I mean, the last time I went to Tampa, it was just for a little while, but I drove from Homestead to Tampa, and that was pretty long.
Yeah.
I was like, golly, and it's not entertaining for a long while either.
No, I go down Alligator Alley. I think it's 3.5 hours to Miami.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because I went to Coral Castle.
Oh yeah.
I've been to Miami before, but never like that. That was cool. I mean, that was fun. Of course, when I got to Coral Castle, they kicked me out when I was recording.
Oh yeah.
I was doing a video. It's like, man, I drove all this way just for them to tell me I can't video. It's like, are you kidding?
Yeah, that's crazy. And then the stuff that we found out, or you found out about, it was interesting too.
Yeah. Yeah, about how it was built, and it was.
Yeah.
Somebody said there's a lot of Zeta energies there is. It's just there was nothing there when he built it, so it was quite fascinating.
Yeah, especially when his homestead it's one of those underdeveloped parts of Florida, like super, and it's been wiped out. It's like the hurricane and then the housing collapse, and it's like it's a mess because there's a lot of people who are just out of work or just doing bad, a lot of homeless and drugs, and it's just sad. There's a nuclear plant there too. I don't know if there's some runoff, but
jeez, don't drink the water.
Worried about some mutant children. Worried about the Zika virus, and then there's the nuclear plant in Homestead.
Yeah, I was going to connect to it a lot when I was there, but I got ran out of there, so it was just very strange. I guess some people were abusing the place from what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how, through video, I don't know. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but...
It's not like when you're at, for example, the Smithsonian taking pictures of old books, and then the flash will mess up the books or something.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very bizarre, so who knows. Yeah, but it is far from Miami. It's still quite a drive from, I forget how far it was, like maybe 30, 45 minutes from Miami.
Yeah. Once you're on either end, if you're in Homestead or any other part of Miami, anything that's north of South Miami, it's just a pain to even want to think about going there. I can't believe I drove there like every day for a year and a half for work. It was just like, oh. So, trial, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
None of my friends there want to come visit me, and I live on the beach.
They don't want to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe I'll make a trip down to Miami eventually.
Yeah, take a trek
over
over
walking
here.
channel. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. So.
Yeah, come visit us. I'll protect your path.
Yeah, really. I've had enough. Yeah, when I walk in
on Ocean
channel,
Beach.
Yeah, when I walk in channel, it is a different type of connection. So I can have functions that are walking abilities, and It might, it's quite different, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I went to Magic Kingdom, yeah, this the Palladian that was here, that I channeled here, Ishtar, he's a Blue Palladian. He's with the Galactic Federation of Light. He says we are connecting to the Galactic Federation of Light. As for going into acceptance, of course, that's going to take some time, but we are in the midst of being wakened up. Our world is. As for the knowledge of our world, and the galactic worlds are, coming together.
Yeah.
So that's where channeling comes in real important, to bring in the galactic information. As for healing, and just this, is a possibility there'll be a sighting in the sky and it'll go newsworthy and begin this process of awakening. It's a big possibility for that. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I can imagine, because you can only censor so much stuff.
Yeah.
I understand that I think it was in, what is it called? It's not Colorado City. It's a Colorado Springs, Colorado. There's an Air Force base there, and there was a sighting, obvious sighting of some kind of teardrop shaped ships, it looked like.
Yeah, and notice, there's a channel called, on YouTube, Secure Channel, Secure Team. And they do all the alien sightings, and when you see a ship, it's prancing around like it's a spiritual being, because that's what it is. And so, California is, it was Edwards Air Force Base. That's an ET for Air Force Base. There's a lot of...
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. What about Vandenberg?
Vandenberg, where is that?
It's also in California.
That's in California?
Yeah.
I never heard of that one.
It's kind of, it's like...
Yeah, I can feel the vibration of that
northern.
One. Oh, yeah. That one has a lot of attention. Edwards has a lot of YouTube, a lot of light on it. But that one, I never heard of that one. That one probably has more stuff going on, because it's not much attention to it.
Low pro.
In the future, I plan on going to Area 51 one of these days.
Yeah.
So
see if they let you in. Knock, knock.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go that far, but...
Oh, they'll give you a reason to go to Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to go visit Area 51 in the future time, so we'll see how it goes. And
yeah, that would be cool.
There's a lot going on there, that's for sure. But yeah, Edwards Air Force Base, all California is the ET area of... I can say the positive elites are there, and the negative elites are there also.
Yeah.
And they're making it impossible to live there, as you can tell. If you're going to stay, they're not going to make it easy either.
Well, I wonder why that is.
They don't. There's from what I got, there's a war between light and dark there.
Oh, okay.
And they're gonna abuse. At least the dark's going to abuse the resources as much as they don't care.
Oh,
they don't want people there.
Oh, yeah, the people who want to own the water.
They're doing a lot of stuff. It's near the Pacific Ocean. And there's a lot going on. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot going on in the Pacific Ocean. That's not very clear. And Hawaii, that's a very spiritual island.
Yeah.
I have to say that means a whole lot to what they're doing, but there's, from what I'm gathering, at least right now, there's a lot of sacred ground there that I want to be
known.
Want people around.
Well, Hawaii was kind of part of Lemuria, like Easter Island and all of those Micronesian islands, right? So, it's spiritual just to begin with.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And notice when the big cities are built, of course, we got a lot of Native Americans here in America. Of course, they're very spiritual. Of course, negativity came in from, the white man.
Those colonizers.
Colonizers.
Those Nordics.
So, and so brought the city, still people were connected to, well, they weren't connected to, as the Nordic people moved in. They weren't really connected to nature, they're just living life, But the cities definitely take you away from spirituality, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And they take the Native Americans away from that also.
Yeah.
Make them greedy or whatever it might be. A lot of Native Americans feel like they're losing their spiritual,
spiritual,
families.
yeah, family identity, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of them that'll even question their own
Yeah.
spirituality.
The tribes are, I guess, dying in some regard, and the ways of spiritual teachings that are being lost is just, yeah. So,
Yeah, I was watching this. I forget what they are. I don't know if they're called the Lost Hebrews, or I don't know, the Black Hebrews, or the Lost Tribe of Israel, or something like that. I'm pretty sure we can go into depth about that later, but they're often seen kind of just talking openly, publicly, and just kind of convincing like natives or kind of Latin Americans to believe that they're like the lost tribe of Israel, and be like, yeah, that's why the colonizers came and effed you guys up because you were following the wrong thing.
yeah.
Then I found a video of a Native American basically quoting him. He's like, yeah, because we believed in the spirit lady or the corn woman, and so that's why we got effed up. It was karma. I was like, oh gosh. Stuff he come up with.
Well, that reminds me also, another thing for these channelings and the work. I mean, I'm doing some healings here and there. I'm starting to go into healing. Healing the chakras, healing of a lot of us are here. You can say the older souls and the younger ones also. A lot of the older souls are here because they have to clear out their stuff, so they don't have to reincarnate here again. It's just like, not to say some souls come here, they're not exactly perfect in their galactic lifetimes. They're kind of causing mischief. I know I've done that. So you come here to clear all that out.
Yeah.
Not to say you don't have. So it's part of this process right now of this world, because it's very emotional. It's a very negative, very low vibration, but it also has a quick healing ability about it. Also, if you connect to it.
Yeah.
So
really
other worlds don't have this apparently.
Oh, that is interesting.
So you clear out old karma, your chakras, your lifetimes, are embedded in your chakras. I also felt about Mother Earth, about clearing. She's going through a chakra clearing. Also, I think she's always going through one.
Yeah.
Mostly through her heart chakra. Of a clearing. And that's where our energies are going to more of the higher vibrations also.
Oh, that's amazing. And why her heart chakra in particular?
Well, that's the connector.
Oh, okay.
Of spiritual connection. That's the connector to spirit, you can say.
So she's becoming more spiritual.
I mean, I think she's already spiritual, but there's a lot of
more
blockages there, I actually could tell.
Yeah.
Especially with us, because we're not helping that either.
Kind of messing it up, like fragging. What is it called? Fracking?
Yeah. Yeah, just pollution in the water, and who knows what else is.
All that.
You can name it, So all these things are being healed by the aliens. That was another thing that you're aware of Gert Fichtner, correct?
Yes, I'm aware of Gert Fichtner.
That's the alien alliance that's helping with the weather.
Yeah.
Today I connected with. I didn't get the names; they weren't very important. But there's three other alien ET alliances that are assisting with the weather. Also, it's not just them.
Oh, so who is it? Because I know like Lyrians are like in the ocean too, right?
Yeah.
And so who else is around helping out?
They didn't say. But the Galactic Federation's a light part of it. Maybe they just they didn't give any details. It just says three others. So what mostly that means also is that we're going to go into a higher vibration. Also, of course, we're already moving in that direction. But as the more we move into it, many earth changes will occur. As our energies. I mean, us in the spiritual communities, our vibrations are already affecting the weather, which you might not notice it, but it is affecting others also in a positive way.
Yay.
And that will continue to do so, of course. It's like catching a cold. It takes a while for it to spread.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a couple of weeks of incubation before it gets worse.
So I think we're going through a purge right now. It's slow. they said around the fall, probably around November, probably after the election. I do feel something happening around that time as a possibility. As for what, whether it be financial, it can be.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Some are call it, some are doing one thing I don't do is the Doomsday Channel, just talk about, the economy is going to crash every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm glad that you don't do that, because I think it just helps people be a little bit more balanced, because it's like a sensitive topic.
Yeah, it's just some other radio hosts talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
They beat it to death year after year, and then they eventually go quiet. So because it never happened. And it never saying that it's never caught on that it never happened. We move on from that. It's like, but what about what we talked about 2 years ago or?
And then many times they're scaring people and just kind of bringing their vibration low. I think part of it, of course, is like the numbers, just to get more listeners and stuff. But then you're freaking people out at the same time.
How on is that? Yeah, it's just even with the alien information, there's no quick fix. They're not showing up tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they did. Spiritually, you can connect to them whenever you like, but some are not satisfied with that, which is understandable. But the aliens are here, but we just can't see them because they're at a higher density level. That's all.
Yeah.
We're getting there. So I think it's inevitable for the world to go in that direction also. It will eventually. Now, different parts of it will. Let's put it that way.
That's
not
good.
all. It's gradually different parts of the world will eventually. It has to be trendy. It has to be something people want.
Yeah, let's make it trendy.
Yeah. Well, we're working on it.
That's good.
Yeah, the ET channel we're on crack is working on it as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, you're I think that you're doing an excellent job, Ivan, and I really appreciate all your efforts. I don't know if you hear that enough, but I just want to let you know that. And also thank you for taking time out of your already busy schedule to talk to us.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, take a break from channeling. It is nice to have just a chat. Usually I channel all the time. It has been a long day too, so this works out really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have
So, what else was I gonna talk about? As far as the Lyrans go, I've been praying for like ETs and God or whatever to help us like clear the poison out of the Miami Beach area, because there's like birds and fish dying now because of that spraying that was supposed to be harmless.
For the mosquito, the virus?
The Zika virus.
Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of people's fishies are dying, and
there's more to it than that. They just gave him a reason to spray that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it like in a very big picture way. Like I see, and this is interesting because it was first spotted in Wynwood, and I'm not sure that they sprayed Wynwood, but they sprayed South Beach, and they did not identify the numbers there. There weren't any instances of anything going on in South Beach, but in Wynwood there was. So I guess they found a high mosquito count. Hello, it's summer in Florida. Of course there's going to be a high mosquito count, and there's mosquitoes everywhere, not just in Miami Beach, but specifically South Beach, like right above 5th Street to 20th, where all of the hotels are, all up in the beach and that area, just messing stuff up. And that takes a hit to the economy and people's jobs. And if tourists don't want to come, there's no work really in South Beach. Wynwood took a hit too, and that's one of those cities that are kind of blossoming. You got a lot of artists and new business and restaurants, kind of like that chic hipster scene now. Shabby chic, and that place has not recovered yet from Zika alert. I think that they lowered the alert, but it's still going to be in place for another 2 months afterward. So so it's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the whole story on that. Yeah, it is a high tourist area. Who knows? They might have been spraying that stuff and not making people aware of it either. So
yeah, they were not going to make anybody aware of it. They were just going to spray it. They announced it like supposedly on the day or whatever. And then a lot of people got upset, and then they just postponed it a day. So they're like, so at least like, you can move. But there was a lot of pressure from the feds and the state to do the spraying. Yeah. Apparently the local mayor also of Miami Beach was not on par with that one at all.
Not a surprise.
When the feds all the way up to the feds, not like local cities are pressuring you to, spray people down.
Yeah, about what's going on is like with Quentin and just it's just keeping us busy. That's all. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think there's like
manipulators
generating I think pockets of public distress and outcry, so that the public could get all upset, and there'll be an uprising, and then they'll have people to control, to round up, to put in jail. Or more. Who knows?
It's to keep our liberation down, so they're going to, if it's politics, it's sports, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
To put it at us, just to keep us busy. You have to do something to keep us busy.
Yeah.
If you have just two politicians yapping at each other, that gets boring after a while.
Yeah, they got to throw a little.
I mean, with her being sick, it's making it interesting.
There's distractions.
Gives it a lot of got a flavor to it. Give them that. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we won't really know the whole story of what's going on. So.
Well, I think if she's sick, it's for good reason. I'm pretty sure all of that, whatever she's got going on with her, just kind of settles in eventually and makes stuff not work.
I don't know. Well, maybe I'll get one of her clones on your radio show.
Yeah, her little backup. Tell me, did you channel her higher self once?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I caught part of that, and I think somebody from Channeling Eric channeled her higher self.
Yeah, they did.
That was more diplomatic.
Everyone.
They're very diplomatic. They're not as I guess, maybe it depends on the filter, of the channeler, kind of like a different timeline. Who knows? But they were very, at least the higher self was a little less open to discuss her opinions on Hillary.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. As opposed to the higher self aspect of her that you channel, everybody's given up on her. Nobody's talking to her. She won't listen. She's we're done with her. She can find her own way back.
She's a lost cause. They're very, very moved on. She just has backup watching her. Just make sure she doesn't hurt herself.
Yeah, maybe we'll yeah, exactly. Maybe there's more hope with her clones.
Yeah, the reptilians moved in. Their good guys moved out.
Yeah, how funny. Oh, that's so sad. Hopefully there's at least one positive reptilian around her. I'd like to hope that there's more than just a few. How much do you think have been turning? Or I'm sure there's always been a faction of positive.
Oh, for negative reptilians going positive? Oh, it happens all the time, I believe. It's difficult.
What percentage do you think? Do you think it's just the reptilians that are on Earth, or just what percentage? I'm pretty sure there's higher dimensional reptilians. Yeah,
there's all kinds of stuff that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that is. Yeah, I think it's I don't know. I think it is a kind of a high percentage. It could be around 50%.
Okay, that's a good percentage. That's better than the percentage. I forget which being estimated the percentage of the world's population that is positive.
Oh yeah.
And they said 25%. I was like, darn.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
Well, there's many that do claim to be positive, but there's a lot of darkness, especially in families and.
Yeah. I wonder how they weigh positivity, because there's like people who think I'm pretty sure they're positive, and there's just like a lot going on that's weighing them down that makes them positive. They seem like 100% positive, like nothing's wrong. And there's then like monks. Yeah, monks. They meditate.
Most of those are probably monks on that list.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Well, it's a good thing that we, and this Prime Creator said it, in Miami, we're 40%. In one place. So that's pretty good. 40% is good. Better than 25. I misunderstood when I heard it. I thought he said 20. And then I heard it again. I was like, oh, okay, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Maybe because we party a lot.
Oh, you have to that. And once you remove the difficulties of living, it will definitely increase.
Yeah, it's just it's just expensive sometimes here. And then there's like a lot of, I don't want to call them this because they're not in a slum. The renters, but slumlords and stuff like that. They want $1 million for you to rent like a freaking cardboard box. It seems a little shoebox in South Beach or North Beach.
Well, it's probably still pretty cheap compared to California.
Oh yeah, it's a lot cheaper than California. I mean, you could still find like a nice little studio or even a 1-bedroom in some parts of Miami Beach. Not South Beach, but definitely North Beach. Yeah. Which is not that far.
No.
And you can find parking without, getting towed because you read the sign wrong.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens a lot. Mm-hmm. So what were you going to say about California or go ahead, sorry.
Nothing much else. I said everything about California or anything. Did you want to wrap it up or?
Yeah, I guess I can, we can do that. Do you have any final thoughts, anything that you'd like to discuss before we close? We have like 4 minutes, actually.
4 minutes, okay.
What are we going to talk about? There's been so much.
Let's see. With the Galactic Federation, I'd like to be more information of it coming through. More Palladian energies will be coming through. Arcturians are very helpful for those that are awakening in this process. Yeah. As people awaken to all of this, of course, when they connect to my channel, it's a little bit different than other channelers, but at least I'm like your daily channeler.
Yeah.
You don't have that anywhere else, as far as I know, because they're all doing private sessions, and I'm the only one that's usually, as far as I can tell, what few I know.
Yeah, you're very consistent.
Yeah, so it might be nighttime uploads, but at least it's something. Not in the morning, because...
But, I mean, everybody's at work then anyway.
Exactly, so...
Yeah, you're very consistent, and you have a lot of good information. Yeah. It's just like... I mean, I never imagined I learned so much about ETs. I was thinking like spiritual stuff first, and then now I'm like, I want to get on a flying saucer.
The aliens are here as spiritual teachers. And so they're just assisting us in our awakening process. So that's what's going on. So that's why they're making their energies more clear with us, because they're going to be assisting us moving up our vibration. Of course, when you do the meditations, it helps with moving your vibration up. So there's a lot that goes into it. So, but definitely meditation is the key to connecting to your aliens. There's meditation music on YouTube, or you can find them probably on Amazon or your store, wherever it might be, that you can connect with if you wish to have music, but you don't necessarily need it.
Are you going to start producing music and putting it on your app, like the Theta, Delta, and is it PETA? PETA.
No time soon, but maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
See how things go. Yeah, that's way in the future, most likely. But yeah, it's definitely just working with Raising your vibration, but how to do that is, of course, I became more of a vegan. That's interesting.
How long have you been doing that? I was doing like a fishitarian for a little while.
I've been vegetarian for a long time. I like the vegan stuff better, actually. Wish I had to be careful where you go, and there's not many places to eat unless you eat at home all the time.
So you're a vegetarian?
I'm more of a vegan now. I
didn't know that. I tried I tried fruitarian first, and then I went vegan, and then I was like doing some vegetarian stuff, and then I got really, really sick.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, you gotta like know what you're doing, I guess.
Well, tuna fish has been my savior, one of them. So it's one of the things. If you're not gonna, tuna just seems to be pretty high in protein. It actually seemed like I had more energy before that, so that helps out a lot. So.
And how long have you been a vegetarian?
Vegetarian, about 2 years, maybe 2.5.
Oh, that's awesome. What is your what are your tips for people who? And did you do that for spirituality, or is it because you just really wanted to, like, just step away from meats and things
spirituality
like that?
Is one thing. Well, to become more spiritual, you have to get away from all meat if you can.
Yeah.
But as for I had some sort of thing with beef. I would feel weird if I didn't eat beef, like a certain kind. I would start feeling dizzy or something like that. I connected to a vegan friend of mine, where she helped me in finding supplement vitamins for that, whatever it was. Had some kind of lack of something my body wasn't producing, or.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange. So I would eat a hamburger every once in a while. And that's not exactly the best thing for you. So
yeah, maybe a steak, not a hamburger.
Yeah, there you go. And in that, I indulge in all that, love it all, but it doesn't help with your vibration. And so I went to more salads, but more chicken type salads. So that helped a little bit, but going vegan certainly does help a lot more. Yeah. But
chicken's got like lots of, if it's like not organic or whatever, it's got a lot of crap that they put in chicken. I look at some chickens in just regular supermarkets they just look horrible to me.
Yeah.
Ticking time bomb right there.
It does taste good though, I'll give it that.
Yeah. But the hormone filled chicken tastes a lot better than the organic.
But organic is definitely. I mean, I go like to Chipotle and get but they have like sofrita salad and they have stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know what's in the sofrita thing. I forget. I think it's mostly vegan. I forget I've looked it up one time. It's been a while. But that's good. Of course, I'm not worried about getting the Ebola virus or whatever it was. I think that was going on. I wasn't too worried about that. I understand why there was a scare for it, but I wasn't. Nothing around me was scaring me. And I never had the Ebola virus. Might go okay. Maybe not. But anyway, I wasn't.
Yeah, I did mine because I just felt bad for. No, actually, the first time the fruitarian thing was just because I wanted to lose weight, and then the vegan thing was. Then I just kind of felt bad for the animals. I just felt bad eating beef again, but I felt a lot better. Yeah, eating beef than
the animals. That time. A lot of that information hasn't come through exactly the whole details of all that. But, they're here to bring assistance to us. So if we have to eat them, so be it. It's part of your process. Don't feel bad.
Like they feel contractual.
I mean, don't worry. You'll have a lot of karma in the next life. I hope not. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. But the way some of these animals are treated now, those are treating them poorly. And that's another story for them. Yeah,
with this this mass, for example, cattle production and how they treat them and things like that. I've seen in pet stores. In pet stores, I've seen like crates stacked on top of crates in like corners of pet stores of little birdies, like tropical birdies, just like it crammed into these little crates like eggs. Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? And then just kind of tossed aside and ignored. That's sad.
Yeah. So, I mean,
poor little birdies.
They're here for our process, our ascension, for our growth, our understanding. We've been through a lot. Also, the human experience is not easy. So they wish to be a part of it. And they are teachers. The animal kingdom, of course, you might not see that in our level of perception now, but in the higher realms, they do help us a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole details of it, but there is an alien species to all of our animal kingdom animals that will come through eventually. Of course, we're in a war of vibration now, so it's kind of hard to connect to that. So
Yeah, exactly.
there's more going on. People that say they don't believe in this stuff, but yet you have video games with aliens. You have all of these things in our culture. That's in our technology is alien. You think we're that smart to really create a lot of this stuff? Come on. I mean,
without any inspiration. I mean, I understand, like, people, I mean, when you're inspired if you're inspired about, like, making an alien commercial, a video game that's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, you're channeling the books, the entertainment. There's a movie coming out called The Arrival.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
They say it's like
wonder what that's about.
It's about, I think, an insectoid type of being or some kind of. They say it's even Oscar worthy. I guess somebody watched it somewhere.
I hope it's positive and not
I don't know about
scary,
that.
making people fearful.
Well, I think that's the next level, is more positive alien entertainment eventually over time. It's going to take a while to get there.
Yeah.
But
like Alf. I remember you did a video on
Alf. Yeah,
I used to watch that a lot.
Can't beat Alf. Same goes for the Alf, the creator of Alf. He sort of, somebody created that doll, a puppet, and he just connected. The guy that created the show just saw it and just connected to that energy.
Yeah.
And he channeled Alf's personality. Of course, he also called crazy for saying that, but it's like, he could, he's writing the show, he couldn't come up with the idea, so he just channeled Alf, basically.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome, and if that's any indication of what ET life forms are, like, come on, people.
I mean, look at
chill
Alf.
out.
Look at Alf looks like. I mean,
anything is like an upgrade.
I mean, that's what is that, an anteater, something like that?
Yeah, you look like an anteater.
Yeah, is it funny?
Have you channeled an anteater yet?
No, I don't think so.
You're still working.
I'm working on it. It's on my
mantis,
list of things to do before I die.
The cockroach beings.
Yeah, the cockroaches come first, though. That's for sure.
That is funny. Well, Ivan, I hate to wrap it up, but we gotta go. Could you please tell our listeners where to find you, please?
Yeah, you can go to find me at ivanteller.com on your internet, or you go to YouTube and just search for Ivan Teller, and you'll find a daily upload there. And I have some playlists of the theme park channelings and how to channel. I also have a phone app. You just go to Android or ISO iPhone and just search Ivan Teller. You can find the updates of what's going on.
And don't forget about the energy healing.
Oh yeah, energy healing. I'm doing energy healing. I'm working on that.
You haven't come public.
I do have private sessions right now, but the healing is slowly I haven't quite deployed that yet.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for talking to us.
Anytime. All right,
thank you, my listeners, for tuning in once again and listening to Off the Deep End on sportsovertime.com. This Friday, we are going to be interviewing Mr. Harris Mamadou, intuitive channeler and healer.